What's up again, good people? Welcome to the second part of episode 1 of the RoundTable, the People's Mic 2025 News Wrapped. Ya kwanza najua ilikuwa moto. Tunawashukuru sana for those who subscribed, those who watched, those who commented. Comments zenu tumeziona, and of course we are going to work on that. Once again, let me introduce the cast because najua kuna mtu wapo. This is the first episode anashangaa ni kina nani. Who are these? I am the headlines plug, the news guy, nikiwa hapa na amazing cast. Tunaanza na wewe this time, Gen Z Buddy.
I'm Gen Z Buddy, as you've heard. I'm delighted to be here to serve you guys, and I'm happy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for keeping it locked.
You're here to serve us.
Not you.
What are you serving us for? Okay, boy.
All right. Hiya, sawa. So I'm Chashei on TikTok and all other handles. We are here to dissect on matters that are affecting us on a daily basis, and feel free to be part of the conversation because this is the people's mic.
Definitely.
As you bonyeza ile kitu bana tufikishe hata 10k subscribers bana na ipatwa wana namna gani? 10k subscribers pale. And as you do that, let me just let you know that we are shooting this episode at Kajim Events Studios. They've got amazing space for you to shoot your podcasts, your monologues and everything. And of course, ata equipment yao man ni tops. Ata hali ya hewa
and the crew
hapa
and the crew
Manze.
And the crew here is
kuona sana.
No, kuna mtu umemark nani?
Asoja kumark yo. Lakini I'm just saying, like, the crew here is very amazing.
I am emphasizing the crew.
Of course.
The crew.
Lakini unajua yetu namkubalia kumark ni teacher.
I see what you did there.
That's a good part.
Anyway, you can always talk to Kajim Events on all socials. They are at Kajim Events. And before we dive into the conversation, we are going to play a very simple game here. Ya kuchangamsha tu set ama namna gani. Now our producer alikuwa ameweka list. Our producer alikuwa ametengeza list ya events. Ona huyo anaangalia Kenya hapa. Alikuwa ametengeneza event that happened in 2025.
Okay.
So anaenda kutuuliza event. You say the month and the year. Kuna za 2024 na 2025.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Na si unaona sasa.
Okay.
Producer Abi.
Unajua nyinyi mnakuwa
Pale
very
kitu. Bangladesh protests.
2024 August. Munieke hapa points. Munieke hapa juu.
1 point Gen Z Buddy. Indonesia
2024.
2025.
2025.
So news guy na 2025.
Yes.
2024.
Hey, mwalimu, which month?
I don't know the month.
Ala?
Unaweza kosa month lakini watu ndio mtafanya ni
Mumenoa.
Indonesia.
Na sisi ndio watu wa habari.
Okay.
Na wao ndio wanaandika dates kwa video zao. Wanaandika mpaka date.
2025 which month?
Madagascar, September or October, one of the two.
It should be September.
Tanikopishe September.
Ilianza September lakini walitopple government October.
It is
15.
September. The protest. It's September.
Mpaka amesema
Okay.
15th
Aya.
October.
So-
This guy.
2025.
2025.
Which
October.
month?
Haikuwa October. Ilikuwa before hata protest za Kenya.
April.
March. September. Iko after.
Bumper to bumper na Madagascar.
Yeah, so I got it.
Kwa TL yetu tulikuwa confused.
So teacher Shei
So I got it. So no problem. 1, 2,
0.
Mongolia.
2025.
Hiyo
August.
ni latest.
Alia.
Than September.
Mongolia.
June.
July.
March.
May.
That's rigged.
It's not tricky.
Natuma ballot box.
It's not tricky. No, you are producer. No, you.
Mna ballot box mnaingiza tu kwa polling station.
So I win that
Kuna
segment.
kakitu kamefanyika. Anyway, congratulations Gen Z.
Thank you.
Utabai wa lunch na teacher Shei.
Thanks.
Let's get into the conversation, and we've got four major events to talk about zenye zili happen towards the end of 2025. Now, remember, if you're going to be the first person to comment on this video, we'll invite you on set next time. Ukuna sisi interact na sisi tukishoot, and you never know, man, tunaweza kushikia hata lunch ama namna gani. Anyway, 2025 wrapped part 2. Tuanze na this one happened later in the year. Lakini I feel like the other events zilikuwa na more weight kuishinda. And by elections. Wamuthende guitar.
Wacha nione kura ya Wamuthende. You know what excited me about that to me? Alisema jina Wamuthende mara moja mpaka ikafika point akaishiwa na hewa. So he had to say Wamuthende.
And so I want us to start this conversation
Oh
by
my
elections
God.
from point moja. And I'm going to call this the battle between Goliath and Soprano. The battle of the mountain.
Wewe Goliathi.
Goliath and Soprano. Who do you think will come out tops? Because kuna tunasema the fact that Goliathi alipata kura hata kama hakushinda ilikuwa a win for them because it was a relatively new party. But kuna watu wanasema Soprano finally alionyesha yenyewe Soprano si Soprano, tu ni fire si fire.
So,
You
see, these are Mbeere North constituency by-elections was a must-win for President Ruto.
For Soprano.
Yeah, and President Ruto, the UDA, Kenya Kwanza as a whole.
Yes.
Why? Because if they would have lost that particular seat in Mbeere North, then it's the end of UDA we know it's the end already, but yeah, that would have been it will have stamped the end of UDA in Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Already UDA in Mount Kenya is just
Mambo yao imekwama.
Wana maneuver too, but stamping will have been this particular by-election. That's why it was highly contested. But this Mbeere North constituency, there are some things I learned about it. The member of parliament in that constituency, in those constituencies, Mbeere North, Mbeere South, they normally vote according to smaller clans. Yeah. So that is why that is why every Mbeere North constituency elections, the margin has always been very small.
Very tiny.
Yeah, it has always been very small. So on the ground, the clan will be, you know what, we are not voting for UDA per se, we are just voting for Wamuthende. But when it comes to, if it was a presidential election, I just don't think UDA could have garnered those votes when it comes to... Yeah.
Oh, so you're trying to say it's because of the resources zenye zilimwagwa?
Yeah.
Because that was the focus.
Yes. Leo, where Leo Wamuthende is coming from, it's a particularly large clan. Yeah. So he has some big political, big political stake around there. And the fact that Mbeere North will vote along those clan lines, Wamuthende only won because of that in particular, if he won squarely. But when it comes to presidential, I don't think that is how the people in Mbeere North collectively will vote. Yeah, they will not vote for that choice when it comes to presidential.
Imekupata Gen Z body, the battle ilikuwa kati ya wewe Goliathi wewe na wewe Soprano wewe Goliathi wewe. And what happened tunajua venye kulienda. What was your biggest takeaway? The conversation between one term, two term, watu walikuwa wanasema Mbeere North ndio inaonyesha itaenda wapi? Unaonaje hii maneno?
I don't think it's a reflection of 2027. But the truth is alishinda. I had even to take some time. But imagine nilikaa kama siku 3 sijashoot video. I had to recover. Well, let's call Amini Wamuthende ameshinda. Sikuwa ninaamini. But it's not a reflection. In 2027, people we hope watu watachanuka. We hope watu wataona whatever the government is doing. And we hope we will rise above, above the 1,000 bob, above skuma, above mkate. I just hope we can.
Bana skuma.
Actually news guy.
Skuma.
News guy.
Unapanga tu leni unapewa tropical.
even that one is even worse. Kwa sababu unapewaje ka tropical uende uvotie mtu. What about the people in Malava who allegedly were being given
mkate na soda?
Mkate na soda, you guy.
And it's not even a full mkate, slices.
Tunachokoma tukusema tunachakula sasa.
Usiseme hivyo because this is also our lives. You know the way they are jinxing, they are jinxing us. Wao wanatuharibia because of mkate na soda. Na tukiangalia in the long run, sisi wote ndo tutakuja kuumia.
Manze.
You get? Because huyo mtu mwenye umechagua wa mkate na soda, ndo ataitwa mahali aambiwe, endo uvote hivi, nataka uweke hizo controversial bills that they normally vote inside there. It will affect sisi zote.
But mimi niko na norma, kuna kitu mnasema, I tend not to agree with. I think you guys are being ideal and pessimistic. Not pessimistic.
Oh, kusema it's not a reflection.
Kusema,
But then
Wakenya can do better.
It's the hope. It's the hope. But then we are not arguing na facts. Mimi, huo ndo nimeona ni kama anajaribu kuweka ati clans, sijui what. Mimi.
Don't you think, how ndio Wakenya?
Lakini
hapana.
Unajua nini? Jenzibadi. Kama utaki hao wenye walivote ndo wakuwe wa Kenya peke yao. The reason as to why most youths did not come out to vote in this by-election. First of all, in the history of Kenya, youths don't really come out for by-elections.
Yeah.
That is number one. Number two,
Kweli?
Yeah, youths in a by-election in Kenya. The turnout of youths has always been so low in by-elections.
Okay.
So they would rather wait for a general election and then now, make their choices from then. In this election, another thing that made the youths not participate so much or largely in the elections is there was no youth choice. They couldn't see any youth.
Full candidate.
They couldn't see jumping from the frying pan to the fire.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Let me use this analogy, and it's hypothetical. Right now, let's say there be a by-election here in Nairobi for governor. So let's say there is Sakaja, there is Babu Owino, there is Gakuya, there is
Moses Kuria.
Yeah, Moses Kuria,
Jamba ya Rorere.
Nyakera, those people.
Nyakera.
Now, when you look at that lineup, let me tell you, the youth, sasa msisimuko inaanza kwa sababu you will feel like, okay, I can see some choice here.
Who can resonate with me?
Na pia wone labda sifuna
sana.
No, I'm giving a hypothetical.
Unamwona?
When you see that,
yes,
at least as a youth you will say,
there's a reason for me to vote.
I'm going to vote. Yeah, I'm going to vote. So again, part of the reason is we do not have a youthful candidate in most of these by-elections. But wacha niongele Sammy Letasio, they were the Gen Z candidate in
Baringo.
In Baringo,
yes.
I understand that area is largely, I wouldn't say cosmopolitan, but it's like a community moja ndo iko dominant. And then Sammy is coming from a very small subgroup
from there.
Yes, and then there are political bigwigs there. There was UDA, there was another party there. Those are bigwigs in that Baringo County. Now, if the youths of Baringo could have seen Sammy Letasio as an option, they should have gone to vote for him. But because of the culture of, that's the third point now, the culture of being given handouts, you go and be a goon, you go and, go and take alcohol, that again is going to form.
Ndio maana nakuuliza. Because that painted the true picture of the youth of Kenya.
Lakini mimi nilisikia, hebu mniambie kama ni ukweli. Nilisikia walisema ati walitumia register ya 2022 and so the new voters could not have voted. Ni ukweli?
Can I tell you why I feel like that's an invalid argument? Because in 2022,
8 million people
about 8 million voters did not vote, most of them young people. So kama walikuwa wanataka kuonyesha yenyewe tumechange, mbona wangeanza na by election?
Yeah, this ingefakwa the one where the youth could stamp their presence.
So I think basically what you're saying is, Mazejo, my youth, we can do better. Tunaweza fanya.
My Gen Z.
Enyewe mimi ni millennial. My youth.
Unasikia my youth.
We can do better. And which takes me to the next now, part of the conversation and the next event, the appointment of the IEBC, the handling of the elections. and voter registration generally. So let's start with the appointment of the IEBC. That happened way back in June. I think it was on the 10th of June.
Yeah.
President William Ruto names Erastus
Ethekon.
Edung. It's called Edung, right?
Yeah.
As the chairperson of the IEBC. What first goes through your mind? What's your reaction?
I just warned him and I just told him you can see from your hao wenye walitoka. Kifuata hiyo mkondo pia miaka ni 2 na miezi kadhaa.
Okay, now let me put this in a way that people will not see that I am already biased with, or rather I'm having a certain perspective.
Sasha sema kubaya sababu anasema people will see.
Chocheni tu na cyber crime law iko kotini bado. Now, Erastus Ethekon Edung.
Yes.
Mister, me, I have one message for you. I don't want to lie to you. Me, the first moment I saw you, this is my perception towards you. It's not other people's.
And it's not the round table.
Yes, it's not also, the round table stick. This is mine. Mimi venye nilikuona Erastus, I felt like this job might be too much. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like you on that job because of some few reasons here and there. And I understand you're a person who has been a person of integrity all through.
Yes.
There will be no need of coming into the job and now start exercising, things which are not integral in the part of, in as far as our elections are concerned. Lastly, Mr. Erastus, this election, and this is not a threat, these elections are going to be very, very crucial in the lives of many Kenyans.
Yes.
Because we are like in a moment of change.
Yeah.
So if you come in there in the IEBC and you don't understand this is a moment of change, then there is going to be you'll have a conflict with many, many other people. Unlike your predecessors, hii yako itakuwa ni norma.
Yeah,
so endeavor to be as integral as possible so that you deliver a free, fair, and verifiable elections.
Amazing. And talking about verifiability, kesi ilipelekwa koti ikasema wanataka kutoa hii maneno ya the polling station being the final place. Yani, the results at the polling station kukuwa final. Kesi ilipelekwa kotini. And if you guys remember, hii inatokana na whatever happened in the past. Because initially, you remember, not even in 2017, before that, when was that made? When was the ruling made? When
2017.
Katiba Institute went to the... was it in 2017? Or pre that? Because the Katiba Institute ndio ilienda koti, then koti ka ruled that the results of the polling station are final. Sindio? If you remember.
No, in 2017.
The Maraga.
Mimi 2017 nilikuwa kwa mtu. Mimi nashangaa ni nini hizi.
So
what are these? 2017 nilikuwa nashangaa nitabalance aje equation ya chemistry oxygen nitoshane bala. Watu walikuwa wanapeleka katiba kotini.
Sasa wacha tukuelezee hiyo 2017 elections were held, general elections, and the ODM, then I think it was called CORD, the coalition CORD. They went there was Mudavadi, Kalonzo,
Baba.
Yeah. They went for the Supreme
petition.
Court. Yeah, petition on the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So there was, among many petitions, one of them was the Maina Kiai.
Yes, the Maina Kiai.
Yes, one of them was it. And
huyo ni mtu.
Yes.
Maina Kiai. He's actually a serious constitutional lawyer in the country.
Yes, and Maina Kiai said, listen, ule mama mboga mwenye anaenda kuvote pale. Kwanza the mama mboga thing started from there.
Yes.
Ule mama mboga anaenda kuvote. Huyo hanaga hatia.
Yes.
Yeye alienda akapiga tick penye anapiga, akaweka pale kwa ballot.
Yes.
That is the place where the final say of the vote should be. So that was the Maina Kiai ruling.
Yeah.
And
it formed the basis as to how elections have been conducted
post that.
And watu wa ODM watanichukia sana because for me I can say in 2022 I just feel like even if there was some kind of rigging, me I just think William Ruto won this thing fairly and
Fair,
square.
fairly and
Yeah,
square.
that is what I think.
That's also what I believe. Mi huona ni
Hata
kama
mimi, I believe
ni
the
how
same thing.
hawakujipanga venye wanafaa in light of that ruling.
Exactly.
Yes.
In light of the ruling.
Yes.
Because unaona ni kama the William Ruto camp walijipanga in light
Of the ruling.
That is why everything in 2022 petition was unanimously hot air. Sijawahi ona ruling kama hiyo kwa Supreme Court. Ati all the Supreme Court judges wanasema unanimously hizo ni hot air, my friends.
They took the judges on a wild goose chase.
For me, I would think so because the Jose Camagos are people who could not even have been proven that they were here in the country.
Yes.
I don't know what was. They could not even prove. You know.
Now, my question is, and I'm going back to my point here, IEBC, and now in light of all these rulings and the fact that now, after they were appointed, there's a case now to rescind that decision, to challenge that decision by the Supreme Court. Of course, for such a decision to be made again, it's the Supreme Court, I think, ndio naweza tu overturn ile ruling. But now the fact that such things are coming up, juu kumekuwa na ingine ya pia, tallying. What they were talking about
the streaming
isikue mandatory for IEBC to show live tallying. What does this portend for the future of IEBC? As in, where does this place IEBC? Because they have not come out to give a statement ya kusema sisi kama IEBC tuna
agree ama
results at
tunakata.
the polling stations zinafaa kukua final. Of course wanaweza kuwa wanasema tunafaa kukua neutral kwa hizi zote. But does it increase the voters' confidence in the IEBC? Ama unaona kidogo kuna mchezo ya town imeanza.
Mchezo wa tauni. Mchezo wa tauni.
And I agree
as simple
with
as that. Mchezo wa tauni. Kwa sababu unajua as Shei amesema the dynamics have changed completely.
Yes.
Hizi si elections zenye zimekuwa zikihappen. The fact venye baba ali the dynamics changed. It's a very serious election. 2027, IEBC na wahurumia tu.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. Aki na wahurumia.
You know why these petitions are being put there?
Yes.
You know, it's like you're taking the power away from the mamambo, the
person who's casting the vote.
Yeah, the person, me who is going
The
to
voter.
cast. Me, you, you know, and any other person who is going to. Now what you do evil. You're going to cast your vote. The power should not be taken away from you. Because Maina Kiai, that is what he wanted.
Yes.
Because the power belongs to you.
And I don't feel like it was Maina Kiai. It was the people. He was just speaking for the people. Yeah.
He was speaking to for the people.
Yeah.
And you know what he wanted is, because the constitution already exclaims that the power is supreme. And it will just belong to you, the people who own that constitution. Then when you go to vote, that is your power.
Yes.
So he didn't want anybody to take away your power at the polling station. So removing that
Sasa mimi niko
particular...
na swali. Sasa wamepeleka hiyo kitu kotini. Wanasema aje? Mtu akivote zinakauntiwa wapi?
You remember kitambo what used to happen, and that's why Maina Kiai went to court. The chairperson, alikuwa anaitwa returning officer at the constituency level, because hiyo form ndio inakuanga very important. Ilikuwa important then. Alikuwa kisha consolidate, alikuwa anabeba hiyo form physically. Anapanda gari, ama ikichelewa sana anapandishwa ndege, anaenda hadi Bomas. Then they record. And what used to happen ni walikuwa wanatoka na hiyo form huko ikiwa sawa. Lakini by the time wanafika Nairobi, kuna ka white out kametumika pahali, vitu zika change. And that's why ilisemekana basi at the polling station, piga ile kitu picha, itume electronically to the tallying center, and that is going to be final because hakuna kitu inaweza change.
Let me also explain to her that because we ulikuwa kadogo your time. So
what do you mean kadogo?
I apologize. Now, you know, when they change those number of votes at that form 34 B, ile yenye napelekwa huko sasa. When they change it, they have taken the power away from you. Already. They have. So that is what they avoided. And now this is where Raila Odinga comes in. Hapo sasa unaweza praise Raila Odinga kidogo. Because during those electoral reforms, they wanted a very expensive process, but that expensive process can be verifiable.
Yes.
BVR kits, hizi ma BVR kits zikakuwa introduced.
Yes.
That is where the hata watu walitrainiwa wenye walikuwa wanaenda kukuwa the returning officers na wale wa polling wanitokaje
polling
clerks pia wakakuwa trained on how to use them. After watu tumecount ma vote, si inaandikwa kwa form 34A pale ile ya kwanza.
Yes.
Hiyo utapiga picha. Alafu itumwe kwa constituency. Pale kwa constituency tallying center. Now ikifika hapo zinahesabiwa zote hizo ma form 34As from everywhere. Alafu wanaweka final tally ya constituency. Hiyo ni form 34B. Ndio hiyo sasa inatumwa wapi? Bomas. Chatumwa Bomas. Kuna sasa huyo IEBC chair na commission wanapanga hizo zote zenye umetuma kwa constituency 34Bs form 34C. Hiyo sasa ndo inaletwa, mnaambiwa ladies and gentlemen, we now have a new president. Elect in the country, and it is not Matiang'i. It is okay. Sorry.
Shots fired.
But they wouldn't say.
Can I leave? Is it too early to leave?
You have potential to be the president.
Haya, niko na
But I'm very
swali
sorry.
sasa.
I need some questions to be answered.
No, Shei ngoja. Sasa sahi wanataka irudi ile style ya kupeleka na gari. Sasa tunakuwa digital ama tunarudi analog.
That's now we have a problem with that. Again, let's go to the streaming. Hiyo streaming Kenya wanajaribu kufanya ni because ni kama last 2022 something almost went wrong kwa hiyo streaming
baka wakaacha kustream ilifika point
bede
wakaacha.
You remember and I think they are feeling like that will be the main threat.
Yeah, people now being technically able
to
stream or tally for themselves.
Oh yeah.
Because this guy, there is a Gen Z who has even come up with a blockbuster
blockchain.
A block-based nini ya kuvote.
Utaona Kenya inafanywa pale, wewe mwenyewe unaona tu hivi, unaona.
Uko tu hapo unaona huyu ameongezewa 5, huyu ameongezeka 10, huyu ameshinda huyu ameshinda huyu.
Utakuwa una watch Citizen, utakuwa una watch huo msee.
Mimi naona tu tukubali times and ages and eras. Hatuwezi rudi tushapata laptop ya kufungua PDFs tena tunarudi kwa textbook. It doesn't make sense.
So finally, still on IEBC and elections, amchukui kura Gen Z. You guys are not taking
nimewaemphasizia but pia both sides of the story. Tuangalie ya the voter now and the registrar is not the IEBC.
Yes.
Mimi every video lazima niseme purpose to register as a voter if you haven't. And hiyo line people utapata watu kwa comment section ati mimi kwetu hakuna polling station. Mimi polling station sijui nafaa nipande gari nilipe 400 ndio nifike mahali pa kuregister. Unaona? So I also feel like on the side of the government and the IEBC kuna suppression. I watched a video by Wabosha Magazine. I don't know if you know her. She's an influencer. And alikuwa hiyo siku nile come with me as I register. Alienda kutoka kwake sijui kwake ni wapi, akaenda mpaka town Huduma Center. Kufika Huduma Center kaambia no, si hapa, enda IEBC Westlands. She had now to sasa aienda na gari, ali have kupanda boda kutoka town to IEBC. Kufika IEBC akaambia hapana, unafaa uende kwa your constituency IEBC office. She had now again to go from Westlands now back home do a register. You can imagine yeye sasa we thank God she has the resources to fund your movement. What about mtu mwenye hana hiyo advantage, unaona? What about pia hata mtu mwenye hata hana hiyo time ya kutoka, nimefika tao, nimepanga line ya Huduma Center, nimefikiwa, nimeambiwa enda, nimepanga line ya IEBC, nimefikiwa, nimeambiwa tena.
So unasema kuna mchezo ya town.
Kuna mchezo ya town.
Before we wrap up this, comment pale kwa comment section, what has your experience been kwenda kuregister as a voter, and is there a voter registration center in your locality, ama lazima upande gari ufanye nini tena ushuke upande boda ndio you register as a voter, because that's really important. And if that's the case, kidogo IEBC bana, IEBC, you know we are the people's mic, and the people are speaking.
We are the people's, the people. Mimi nakumbuka nikiregister kuvote, nimevote mara moja, but nimevote.
Okay.
Nikiregister, niliregister hapo nje kwetu. Hapo nje. Nilitoka walikuwa na meza hapo nje. Hata I don't know IEBC office yetu iko wapi. So nashangani, what's different this time? Like, why can't they do?
There's also an argument by the IEBC because wanasema for the CVC, CVR ni continuous voter registration. They usually don't do it hivyo. Wanafanya at the constituent. Then sasa kutakuwa na MVR, mass voter registration. And sasa that is when IBC argues hizi centers zuwe kwa place moja mingi.
Hiyo MVR huwa inaanza lini?
Hiyo ndio baada IBC haija.
Lakini kuna there will be another time where they will announce the that mass.
But wana frustrate watu, wana frustrate kwa sababu mimi I've had that's the first one. Kuna bado ya my friend, a close friend of mine bado alienda kuregister, kuenda akaambiwa tujua ameenda lunch, alikapo from around 12 to 4 hawajarudi. She had to go back home, come the next day. Hapana, si poa.
Which kabla turapi kitu by the way, hatuwezi kuwa tunaambia watu wachukue kura, sisi hatujachukua kura. We are going to play a very simple game. Very simple game tukimalizia history ya voting. Unasema kura yako iko wapi? Which polling station? Mimi mwenyewe. Kiambu County, Limuru constituency, Ngecha Chigoni ward, St. Paul's University Primary School.
Aya. Nakuru County. Nakuru County. Nakuru East constituency. Umesema ward?
Yes.
Umesema ward?
Yes.
Flamingo ward, polling station Lakeview Primary School.
Amazing.
Nairobi County.
See, guess.
Verify, guys, verify.
Nairobi County, Starehe constituency, ward inaitwa Kariako Ziwani ward, navotia Kariako Social Hall hapo ndani.
Amazing. So mchukue kura guys. Acha tusiingilie.
Purpose to register as a voter if you have it. And I use the word purpose because you have to mean it. I want to change this country and I can only do it if I'm a registered voter. So purpose to register as a voter if you haven't.
Unaona your passion. So we have you in the cast. Anyway, moving away from by-elections and IEBC and registering as voters, kuna kitu nataka we touch on very fast and then we move to the big one yenye li disrupt kila kitu. Cybercrime bill. Juu pia ilileta shida.
Wacha nianze na hiyo.
Wacha niongee.
Wacha niongee.
Sasa kuna kitu nilikuwa nataka watu wajue about the cybercrime law. You know, I listened to this guy called Muigai, some very young
constitutional
expert, namuitaga constitutional expert. So this guy was explaining why there are some segments in that cybercrime law that are going to deliberately cause chaos and eventually even burn down this country. Because he's explaining what the introducers of this bill and eventually law were doing. They were trying to do something which similarly happened in Tanzania during the elections. So first of all, he says, do you know the person who introduced that law? Alisema yeye haangaliagi law kwanza, anaangaliaga mwenye ali-introduce.
The intention.
Yes. From there, you can actually get
mbona.
Why? Mbona huyu ndo ame-introduce? Akafuatilia huyo mtu vizuri, and then akaona huyu mtu alilearn, I don't know, it is something to do with jurisprudence, some kind of
SJD.
SJD. You know. Now,
Juris doctor or something.
Juris doctor. So huyu ni mtu mwenye aki-introduce law ni kama daktari. Ye ni mtu
daktari wa sheria.
Ana introduce vitu zenye nyinyi mtaona, sisi zenye si tutaona. There are some things they see even further. Mwenipata?
Yes.
So on the cybercrime law, I will agree on the issue of being sued. Hiyo mimi sikatai.
Karibia mtu jina.
Hiyo ni sawa. There is no problem with that.
Yes.
But anything that is going to interfere with the Information Act, where everyone is entitled to information of anything that is going on in the country as a matter of their own security, that one now I don't agree with it.
I feel mimi pia hapo ndio niko na shida. The fact that they're saying they're going to appoint, is it a committee or a commission and it's going to be that body ndio within their discretion wakiona TikTok imekuwa a national security threat,
They do what?
wanafinya
Switcho. Unakumbuka there was a time Uhuru Kenyatta aliambia watu wa media, zimeni hizo mavibanda zenyu mtoke hapa na TV zikazimwa. Now that's the same thing they want to achieve with this. Unajua ni venye Uhuru tu alifanya na impunity. Hawa sasa wanataka kuifanya na nini? Na sheria. And that is why I'm telling any youth in this country, things are not going to be good if we can't fight for ourselves. Watu kama Raila fought for themselves. Okay, they fought for the country, and even when they are fighting for the country, they are fighting for themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are other people like Uhuru Kenyatta. How did they get that space? They had to fight to get that space. William Ruto.
Hapo kwa uhunye anyway.
Ni sawa tu because William Ruto alianza akiwa kijana.
Yes.
Sidio?
Yes.
Fought for his space, came to where he is. After he's the president.
So nothing comes easy.
They
in
don't
short.
do it, by the way, it won't be handed over to us. So
It will not be handed.
Yeah, it
Saya
will
tunaona
not.
wanaichukua kabisa, wanaichukua because this cybercrime law is gonna bring a problem of tutakuwa tumenyamaza hivi.
but like you said, inaweza kuwa hiyo kitu wao walikuwa wanataka kutumia kuchapa watu. Itawachapa wenyewe. Inaweza wageuzia. Inaweza waramba.
Yeah, because it will burn down this country. That's not a threat. The things that they
it
are
has the
advocating for,
potential.
it has the potential of bringing this country into a standstill.
Really powerful sentiments. Ndio maana tunasema we are the people's podcast. Mkisikia anaongea hivyo msifikirie anaongea tu hivyo. Ni pale kwa comments za video zake
ameunganisha. Akapata paragraph.
And akaona hapa there's a problem.
Yeah.
Uko na maoni on cybercrimes bill?
Reject.
Nyinyi ndo mtaleta shida hii. Watoto wa Kenya wataleta shida hii Afrika.
Reject.
Naona Gen Z ameshika moto sana, anasema reject, but guys, even as you reject as Gen Z anasema tunaomba do not reject the people's
mic, please.
Bonyeza kile kidude, subscribe, turn on notifications, and remember this episode has been shot on location at Kajim Events Studios. You can find them on socials at Kajim Events on all socials. And as you can see, man, amazing set, amazing seats, amazing equipment, mic, and cameras. I can tell you from the quality, you can tell Mazejo.
And the crew
top notch. Wewe
top notch, yeah.
Guys, angalieni video zangu. I'm going to show you why.
I know you why.
Anyway, from me, the news guy, your headlines plug.
Gen Z buddy or my Gen Z. Papas to register as a voter if you haven't.
Shashei, always updates, top of the table.
Tunasema it has been real on part 2. See you on part 3, which has been dedicated fully to remembering the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga. So see you on part 3. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and adios for now. See you on the next one.